What is good, y'all? Excuse me on the delay. Excuse me on the delay, y'all. We have an action-packed show for y'all tonight. Let me just make sure everything is good. Let me make sure everything is good with the audio. Don't know why my email is going up. But let me make sure everything is good with the audio. Appreciate everybody waiting on me. You already know who it is. I am your host, Mikey T, the movie star. Everybody knows what to do when they tap in the building. Make sure you hit that like button. Hit that like button when you tap in the building. Show some love on the channel. Tonight, I have an epic story for you guys. Tonight, I've got an epic story for y'all. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Guys, guess what we're going to take a look back at today? Today on the channel, I'm going to present my interview with 10 Toes Down. 10 Toes Down TV is going to be tapping in with me tonight on the live video. That's right, 10. We're putting up that throwback exclusive. If you're in the building tonight as well, 10, be sure to jump in. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Hassan Campbell's Top Op. And we're going in tonight. No holds barred. Guys, it's going to be one of those episodes. For those of you who may not know 10 Toes Down, this is Hassan Campbell's Top Op. You know what, Hassan? Why bring up the Bronx versus Philly? You're a family man. Why do you care about it, man? Why even mention it at all? I don't hear 10 Toes Down comparing Atlanta to New York. I don't hear 10 Toes Down saying Atlanta is soft. Hassan, listen to me, G's. You can't even control your own neighborhood. What makes you think you can control Philly? What makes you think you have that much pull? Hassan, do you think you're some type of a gang leader? Is it because you do YouTube vlogs? Listen, homie, I do YouTube vlogs too. I do YouTube vlogs as well, Hassan. Everybody in here, hit that like button. Is that all you do? There's another thing. There's another reason I'm trying to figure out. It's like that Dave Chappelle skit. I wonder what Ja Rule thinks about this. Said nobody ever. He feels that his opinion matters so much, Hassan Campbell. Hassan feels his opinion matters so much, but in reality, everyone is laughing and giggling at him. The guy, he's not intelligent enough. I can tell when 10 calls him a fifth grader, it really hurts him because it's the truth. Because it's the truth. His lack of education is very apparent through the computer screen. Guys, tonight I got a story to tell. Tonight I got another story to tell. I got an exclusive story for y'all. I got an exclusive story for everyone that you will only see on my YouTube channel. And guess what, guys? It has to do with a big YouTuber. It's got to do with a big YouTuber. It's got to do with a big YouTuber getting frisked by a well-known Bronx shooter. He got frisked by a well-known Bronx shooter and actually started leaking on himself. Leaking bodily fluids on himself. I don't know if this is going to be the most embarrassing story from Hassan Campbell. I don't know if it'll be the most embarrassing story from Hassan, but because, you know, in the past, we've revealed the stuff with Terror Squad. That was actually crazy. But a lot of people in here are not familiar with Nudie. A lot of people in here are not familiar with Nudie and how he ran Hassan Campbell and his whole family out of Bronx River. Hassan, I got a question for you. I got a question for you, Hassan. Why didn't B.O. tell Nudie to fall back? Why didn't B.O., your OG, tell Nudie to fall back? Better yet, why didn't B.O. run down on Nudie? He didn't do either. He didn't run down on him. He didn't speak to him, tell him to fall back. This man was frisking you. We're going to get into it all tonight, you guys. Let me know what y'all doing. Let me know what y'all doing tonight in the chat. Hit that like button. Share this video one time. Let me know what city and state you're tapping in from. Now, guys, the story that I revealed about Terror Squad is crazy. 30 mil Mikey T in the building tonight. Exclusive merch coming soon. That's right. I did way more views than Hassan Campbell. Hassan Campbell hasn't even done 250,000 views this year on one single video. I have. Listen to me, guys. This story, it's not going to be as crazy as Terror Squad. I broke that story too. I broke that story. What a big stepper. Bronx in the building tonight. Queens, New York in the building. Was popping Allen. Julio, Brooklyn in the building. Mikey T, the movie stars, got love for y'all. Every single borough, I got love for y'all. Hit that like button one time and let me know what city and state you're tapping in from. Why didn't your big homie B.O. tell Nudie to fall back? Maybe Nudie didn't respect B.O.'s gangsta, Hassan. Maybe Nudie said, listen, Hassan is living off of his man's wreck. You got to understand, Poppy, some people just don't care. Some people just don't. And apparently Nudie wasn't too concerned with your big homie, B.O. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. Y'all know where I'm from. CT's in the building. What's poppin'? Inglewood, California. Let me know where y'all tapping in from tonight. And make sure you hit that like button to support the channel. Make sure you hit that like button to support the channel tonight. Maybe Nudie said Hassan is living off of his man's wreck. Listen, man, some people don't care. Some people just don't care. And like I said, Nudie wasn't concerned with your big homie. Nudie wasn't concerned with your big homie B.O., geez. I'm just saying, somebody gave this dude a ratty. Somebody gave Hassan Campbell a ratty with no bullets. We're going to get into it all tonight. Who gave you a ratty with no ammo, homie? And you're telling me this guy gave you a ratty with no bullets and he's still walking around? And you claim to be the biggest gangster? You claim you're a gangster? Yo, I'm going to do this watch along. And you know what I'm going to start doing? Like Hassan was leaking? I'm going to start leaking tears. I'm going to start leaking tears like you were leaking when you walked down that fallout shelter to see Nudie. Yo, bro, if you want to see my other videos, go check out the Dark Low video I just dropped where he's speaking about stacked bundles. Miss me on that. I dropped mad content. 10 Toes Down said Hassan Campbell got locked up for a murder. I can admit to one murder he got locked up for. You know why he got locked up for that? Because the dude named Nudie. He got these people in the building. Nobody knew who did it. Bitch Made knew who did it, meaning Hassan Campbell. Hassan Campbell started running around. 10 Toes Down said he started running around saying he did it. He started saying he did it. Hassan started claiming Nudie's wreck. Hassan started claiming Nudie's wreck, y'all. And you know what happened? They locked his stupid ass up. Word started spreading around the hood. You heard about those bodies that dropped? You heard about those bodies that dropped? Poppy, the little kid who runs around with Africa Bambaataa, he's claiming responsibility. Of course, an OG like Nudie would never talk like that. Of course, somebody like Nudie would never spread his business around like that. Hassan Campbell, somebody who's never had any traction in the streets in his whole entire life existence, he's going to claim any body he can. He's going to claim any type of responsibility for any type of street activity that he can. Brownsville, what's popping? Brownsville in the building. Edgemere Projects. Far Rockaway. Jamaica, Queens. What's popping? Mikey T, the movie star tonight. Hit that like button if you're in here. Show love to the channel. Listen to me, guys. 10 Toes Down exposed this on my channel. Hassan got locked up for a murder, 10 Toes Down told me. I can admit to one murder he got locked up for. You know why he got locked up? Do y'all want to know why Hassan Campbell got locked up? Hit that like button. Share this video one time if you want to know why Poppy got locked up. You want to know why he got locked up? Because of a dude named Nudie. Nudie got these people in the building, took these dudes out. And then nobody knew about it besides Poppy himself. Nobody knew who did the crime. Since nobody knew who did the crime, Hassan started telling people, that was me. I did that shit. Word started spreading. Word started spreading. Hassan, are you dumb? Are you dumb, or were you just eager to catch your first felony? This dude couldn't catch nothing but a misdemeanor in his whole damn life. This guy spent his whole teenage years in traffic court. You're that type of chump. Hassan got locked up for murder because he was out there claiming Nudie's work. 10 Toes Down told me Bitch Made knew he did it, so he started around saying he did. He started saying he did it, and they locked him up. And yeah, I want to know, Hassan, how did you get out of it? How did you get out of it, Hassan? Nobody will really know that. What did you do, Hassan? Did you snitch on B.O.? 7 months for a body? I don't know, homie. I don't know, homie. That's what he ended up getting ultimately. 7 months. New York State Corrections has you down for serving 7 months, homie. Oh, but Mikey T's cap, right? Just like I was capping about the Terror Squad. Oh, I was capping about the Terror Squad, you guys? Guys, I was capping about Terror Squad. Then why did Hassan Campbell go on his channel and admit it? Why did Hassan go on his channel and admit several people pressured him into ending the beef with Fat Joe? Oh, this dude, this chump in the chat feels cool. This guy in the chat feels cool. If you had a live video, homie, 2 people would be in there, G's. If you had a live video, 2 people would be in there. Oh, call him out, bro. Omni, what's popping, G's? Let him know. Yeah, the homie was in traffic court. Hassan Campbell spent his teenage years at Bambaataa's house and in traffic court. That's what you did, homie. That's what you did. Dude was praying every night at his bedside to catch a felony. Please, Lord, bless me with a felony tomorrow so everybody in Bronx River will respect me. Nobody prays on their downfall like that. Shows me how soft you really are. Queensbridge, Astoria Projects in here. What up, Queensbridge? Yeah, it must hurt every time you do a live video, G's. I'm proud that we're rocking up here 120 deep tonight. I love my viewership. I love everybody that taps into my videos. I've been doing this for 15 years, baby. Get like me. I done sat with the best of them. Rick Ross, Lil Wayne, King Von, Kodak Black, Young Dolph, Yo Gotti, all these people that Hassan Campbell talks about, I shook their hand. I sat with them. I've been to their shows. I booked their shows. Yo, I'm getting this clown out of here, though. Yo, my moderators, you got to get clowns like that out of here, man. I ain't got no time for that. We speaking genius tonight. Hassan, how did you get out of it? How did you get out of it? Nobody will really know that. Nobody will really know that. How do you get out of it with 7 months for a body? How do you get out of it with 7 months for a body? Fanboy. I did Lil Durk's first interview, homie. Miss me with that fanboy shit. Your big homie wanted to interview a rat. I did Lil Durk's first interview, homie. Straight out of Wood Lake, California. What's up, baby? Crime 11550. You already know what it is. 11550. Shout out to Crip Mac and all that, right? You already know what it is. Now, guys, 10 Toes Down broke it down again. 10 Toes Down exposed you, Hassan, entirely. All this little stuff people didn't know about you is coming to light. And you know what? People are starting to actually look at you different. People are starting to look at you different. It's more likely that B.O. would have been your Cody than Nudie. Nudie knew you were a coward. Nudie knew you weren't built like him. And there might have been different repercussions for snitching on Nudie. Is that why Nudie cornered you that day? Because you were out there bragging about his work? You know, that can get tricky when you're the only guy that knows about shit. Haven't you ever seen Goodfellas? What Robert De Niro started doing to everybody that knew about the bank robbery? Come on, man. You was out there. You were a walking target in the hood. When you weren't getting now and laters for people, you was a walking target, homie. So listen, guys. Hassan Campbell's just the type of person that always snitches on the softer person, right? He figures it's safer. If he snitches on the softer person, it's the safer route. If that is ultimately the route you decide to take and snitch, right, Hassan? He started running around saying he did what Nudie did. And that goes right back into the fact that Hassan always wants to claim someone else's work. 10 Toes Down said, for that one murder, I know the one. How did you get out of there? 10 Toes Down wants to know, Hassan, did you tell on Nudie? Nudie is dead now, 10 said, but did you tell on him? All this tough Bronx River talk. I rob dudes. Didn't you see the video with me and him where he said he shitted on himself when Nudie came to him and he had a gun with no bullets? So the dude, let me get this straight, Hassan. So the dude that gave you the hammer right? You asked someone for a hammer, they gave you a hammer, it had no bullets in it. First of all, Hassan, nobody knows that the gun doesn't have bullets in it, stupid. Second of all, they lent you the hammer. They lent you the hammer. It's not their job to get you the shells. You said you needed a hammer. There's the hammer. But whoever gave you that hammer sent you into the flame of fire, homie. And you know who gave that to you. Hassan, you don't got to tell us. You don't got to tell us, but deep down inside, you know they gave you a gun and didn't say, heads up, homie, this ratty doesn't have no bullets. Hassan Campbell, listen to me. They set you up to die. DIE. How much more plainly and put forward can I actually put that, man? Your friends that you even said can't be trusted? Your shooters that can't be trusted? You're right. You're right. Your own associates tried to line you up. They sent you out into action. They sent you out into the flame of fire with an unloaded weapon. Look at the people you got in your corner. Why am I the only one pointing this out to the people? His homies sent him out with a ratty with no ammunition. Your friends, the same people you went online and said, I need new shooters. I have nobody to trust. You weren't lying, homie. They can't be trusted. You should have knew that, man. You should have knew that time, right then and there, when they gave you a hammer with no bullets. You should have knew right then. Why does it take you 15 years, 8 years, whatever amount of time it's been? Just last night, you're on your live saying this. Just last night, you're on your live saying this shit, man. You should have knew that, man. You should have knew that when they sent you out there back then. You can't trust them. It should have clicked with you, man. It shouldn't have clicked with you last week. But nah, it didn't. It didn't back then. For you, it went off last week. And you just realized that what do you think, 100K is going to change your life and bring some trustworthy people into your life? You think 100K is going to bring trustworthy people in your life? Let me ask you, Hassan, is there any prerequisites to work for you? Are there? I know that's a big word for you, Hassan. In other words, when your shooters hand over a resume, what criteria do they have to have? Do they got to have more bodies than you? So they got to have more than 3 bodies. They obviously they got to be tougher than you. They got to be tougher than you, and they got to have a bigger body count than you. What criteria? I'm wondering. Do they have to be a former gang member? Can someone be a snitch and work for you, Hassan? I want to know. Can someone rat and work for you? Lay down some of the ground rules, Haas. What kind of workers are you looking for? Do you have to be a former Zulu Nation member? What is it that you're looking for exactly? What is it that you're looking for exactly? I'd like to formally apply. Where can Mikey T apply to be Hassan Campbell's shooter? You getting me, Hassan? I want to protect you. I want to protect you. I can protect you. And listen, homie, no, I'm not trying to get into your back pockets. I'm just doing it so that people can be like, damn, People are going to be like, damn, Mikey T is more gangster than Hassan Campbell. Damn, Mikey T actually has Hassan Campbell out in Philly chilling. I can make that happen for you, Haas. I can make it happen for you, Haas. Hell yeah, man. And go check out my other interview with Dark Low I dropped this week where he spoke about stack bundles and Chinks drugs, man. Go check out some of the other content if you missed it. Or if you just want to hate and say I had no other content, it is what it is. But you're still on here watching me with this roast session. I'm probably the funniest blogger out. I'm probably the funniest blogger out. And my bad to Elliot Wilson, man. It is what it is. Oh, here, let me drop your ass out of here too, bro. Listen, the point is what I'm trying to tell you. Hassan Campbell, he saw his ops in the Bronx. Hassan had a ratty with no bullets. He had a ratty with no bullets that his fake friend gave him. His fake friend that I won't name. He can name him if he wants. He can name him if he wants. Hassan Campbell's people left him to get boomed, according to Hassan Campbell, and 10 toes down. Hassan Campbell, you didn't slide on the person who gave you that hammer. You didn't go back to the block and say, how dare you gave me a piece with no bullets? You didn't get busy even after that. So let me guess. What did you do? It's not hard. It's not hard to get that you kept quiet. You took it as a lesson. No, you didn't. You stayed hanging around. You stayed hanging around, dudes, thinking that they were official. They gave you a false pretense of security. They gave you a false pretense of security. Yeah, with that empty ratty, they gave you that false pretense of security. And that's the worst part about it, man. You had a false sense of security because you saw Nudie. You saw Nudie. You saw Nudie. And what happened when you saw Nudie, homie? What happened? What happened when you saw Nudie? You thought to yourself, it's all good. You thought to yourself, it's all good. I got my ratchet on me. I got it on me. But you didn't realize if Nudie actually initiated a shootout with you, you would have had no way to return fire. Here's another thing, Hassan. You went to slide on somebody and you didn't check if your ratchet even had shells? Who goes to slide on someone and doesn't check that basic shit? They don't check, is my safety off? How many shells do I have left? You don't even check the basic stuff, Hassan. That's how I can tell that you're not even used to beefing. Beefing is foreign to you. That's the number one rule in beefing. Where's the ammo? Number one rule. Where's the ammo? Why do you think nobody else on the internet reported about Terror Squad goons running down on Hassan Campbell? People are scared. People are scared. And people, they don't even keep their ear close enough to the street. They don't keep their ear close enough to the street. They're not even keeping their feet on the pavement to even know. So whatever. I'm gonna do it. Excuse me. Nobody else is talking about it, so it works in my favor. You want to know why? It's more exclusive. Nobody is talking about it, but they're talking about King Von. They're talking about Kodak Black. Why are you talking about King Von and Kodak Black? You never met them. You don't know them. I know them. You don't know them. Rest in peace. Damn. Damn, dude. That's all you got to do on a weekend, baby. We lit, baby. And you know I'm smoking some good-ass cookies, man. Where's the ammo, baby? You don't check the basic things? Hassan, you don't know nothing about beefing. I was wrong when I said you could have worked for 50 Cent. I was wrong when I said you could have been in a clique outside a Tribe Called Quest. You're too soft. You're too soft to rock with G-Unit. You're too soft to rock with Murder Inc. G-Unit would have ran down on Murder Inc. if you were with Murder Inc. back then. It would have been a whole flip. Yeah, and we're not going to talk about Haas and Monster. Why do you guys think nobody else reported about this? Because Mikey T has the balls to. I met those dudes, man. Hassan, you're just a wannabe blogger. Wannabe, homie. Yeah, Hassan Campbell could have never been Bang'em Smurf in G-Unit, period. I met all these rappers that you talk about. I actually met Black Youngster, and you're up there talking about Black Youngster's brother. You're a disgrace. You're a disgrace to society talking about people passing away that you don't even know. People that you don't even know about. You don't know nothing about Black Youngster. How do you know anything about his brother? You're fake. You're fake. We booked Black Youngster to come to Connecticut. I know the people that manage Black Youngster. I've had my own videographers go out and film Black Youngster. You're a disgrace. Whoever watches Hassan Campbell is a disgrace and thinks that he actually reports on hip-hop properly. He never met Black Youngster. He'd never been in the same room as him. He probably only thing he likes about Black Youngster is his song called Booty. That weirdo. Yeah, man. This guy wants to go every time a rapper passes away. Every time a rapper passes away, this dude uses it as an opportunity to get a check. Well, what did I do? I told Hassan, tell the world about what happened. Tell the world about what happened when you ended the beef with Terror Squad. What happened, homie? What happened, homie? Oh, yeah. We know Haas is back there right now, just like Cuba Gooding Jr. from Boys in the Hood. Mikey T, why, Mikey? Oh, punching himself on accident. Whatever the hell he's drinking in his cup, trying to come down on people for smoke. Why, Mikey T? But yeah, man. So just keeping it real. Just keeping it real, man. Hassan, you just talk about people on the internet. You never shook their hand. They never said nothing to you. No shooter came up to you and said, you know, your man's, that ratchet he gave you, there's nothing in there. But listen, I got some shells. Hold these. I got you. And listen, a few of the heads knew it, Hassan, that he gave you that unloaded weapon. And Hassan, let me ask you, why are you looking for that one gun that goes around the whole hood? You're sharing one gun with the whole entire hood. Like, come on, bro. What are you didn't have $200? Cop a throwaway. What are you sharing guns with the hood for? And let me guess, the ratchet that he gave you, it probably already had a body on it with the serial scratched off and everything. So if you did get caught with it, if you did get caught with it with no bullets, if the police ran down on you instead of Nudie, you would have went down for murder just for having that piece on your body. On your body, your fat body, your overweight body. And Hassan, listen to me. You are overweight. Listen, buy a holster. Hassan, listen to me. You're overweight, buy a holster. You still literally wear that same belt with the 3 holes in it that the construction workers wear, the construction worker belts. You know, the construction worker belts that got the 3 holes in it? Hassan still wears those. The joints that the hardware store guys wear, like Home Depot, you know, where he loves to go. He wears those belts and he puts them like 2 levels looser, and then he tucks his gun in it. Hassan, get a holster. Do you know how long it takes you to pull out? No freaky. Work on your draw, Hassan. Look, do it like Dirty Harry. Look into the mirror and work on your draw. Think about what I'm telling you for a second. A holster under your armpit is way smoother. It's just a way smoother approach, and it's an easier shot than pulling out of the belt with the 3 holes. I'm just being real with you, man. I'm giving you advice. Facts. What up? What up? What up, Crandall? Appreciate you tapping in. Everybody hit that like button one time. 10 said, he said, yo, I had a gun. I had no bullets. Shitted on myself. The gun fell down on my pants leg. He searched me. The gun fell down in my pants leg. Seahas, the worst thing you can do is not let the person you got it on you. You know what I mean? Is not let the person know you got it on you. That's the worst thing you can do. Not letting the person know you got it on you. For example, if you're going to a card game or if you're going to a high-end strip club or something like that, where it's like, okay, this dude has like $8,000 on him. He definitely has a piece. The thing about it is, don't lie. When you lie about it and Nudie asks you, you're like, yo, you gripping? And Hassan says no. Then Nudie checks him and the gun falls down his pant leg. Nudie's like, oh, you're lying. What are you lying for? I literally just asked you that. And Hassan, what do you think? What do you think, Hassan? You weren't going to get searched? Nudie knew you were grimy. Hell yeah, he knew you were grimy. That's why you were releasing bodily fluids on yourself. Matter of fact, I'm going to backtrack that whole day for you. Everybody in here, I'm going to tell you the whole day. I'm going to tell you the whole day of what happened. This is what happened, little Dolja. There were mad mosquitoes out. It was humid. All the black garbage bags were out. You were walking into the fallout shelter. Now, if you're from New York City, you know what the fallout shelter is. You know where the kids play basketball and they hit that thing that says fallout shelter and it looks like a radioactive sign? When you walk down there and they say, what's up, super? Because you see the super throwing the garbage out. You see the super throwing the garbage out and you walk down those 5 to 6 steps. You walk down the 5 to 6 steps of the fallout shelter and you're walking to the backyard, walking through the tunnel, underneath the building. It feels scary. It can literally be broad day and it feels scary. You just feel like someone's creeping up on you. And it could be like 1 literally 1 in the afternoon, and you'll be like, damn, is someone creeping on me? Like, it's like that down there, you guys. Do you know what I'm saying? So, Hassan, you went down the fallout shelter and you thought you was going to get down there with your ratchet, huh, Hassan? And once you started walking down those 5, 6 steps into that tunnel, and then mosquitoes is flying all over your face, and you're literally swallowing mosquitoes because it's nasty as hell down there, you guys. And what happens to you when you go down there? Nudie searches you. Your gun falls down your pant leg because he's thinking, does he got a gun? That's why I'm going to search him. 2, you didn't think Nudie would search you? You didn't think that? This is the most important part. I want to stress this part. I want to stress this part, you guys. He was walking down the steps and his bladder couldn't take it. You guys remember what he said to 10 Toes Down? He literally said to 10 Toes Down said, and yo, I had a gun. I had no bullets. Shitted on myself. Are you kidding me right now, man? You shitted on yourself? How embarrassing. How embarrassing, Hassan. Your life is weird, G's. Your life is weird. When you're going through this type of shit, you're getting searched. You're shitting on yourself. You're in all types of scary predicaments. Your own homies are giving you ratchets unloaded. You don't even have nothing to load them up with, man. What type of activity are you trying to get in? What type of time are you on, Hassan? What type of time are you on? So 10 Toes Down told me, I guess when he was coming up, the gun went past. He didn't feel it. He said he told me to go down the hole in a basement. Hassan said, I'm not going down there. He told you to go to the fallout shelter where it connects to the section near where the Mexican ladies do the laundry. You know the laundry room right around the corner? Yeah, that's where you probably cleaned yourself up afterwards. Am I lying, Hassan? Am I lying? Did you clean yourself up there afterwards or no? Once you got far enough away from Nudie? Whose building in the Bronx doesn't have the laundry room next to the fallout shelter? Please let me know. This actually applies to the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, all 5 boroughs. Tap in. This is Mikey T asking you. And listen to me, Hassan. You're not a lobby boy. You're not a lobby boy, Hassan. You were scared to go to the fallout shelter in your own building. You better take the long way. Go to the front entrance. You can't even cut through there. Nudie knew where you were going to go. Nudie knew you were going to snitch. Nudie knew you were going to snitch. Had to have. You were out there claiming his work. Next thing you were going to do is tell the truth. So he said, Nudie knew you were going to snitch. So he said, come into the hole in the basement where the super throws the black garbage bags. Come into the recycling area with me, Hassan. And Hassan, you did nothing. You did nothing because you only want to beef with soft people. You don't want to beef with nobody thorough, Hassan. You do not want to beef with anybody thorough, geez. No, you don't. 10 said because he knew Nudie was going to take him down there. So if you're this tough Bronx River dude, 10 Toes Down said, who ran the whole Bronx River? Say what about Nudie, and he ain't going to answer that. He ran you out of Bronx River. Your mother left Bronx River because they ran you out of there. There were a number of reasons that it got super uncomfortable for Hassan, but I'm going to say I believe that. I do, because again, some beef you just can't win. You see how it ultimately ended up for Nudie. He was obviously the type of person who didn't really care much. But Hassan, you think you're crazy until you meet someone crazier. And then you're like, nah, I don't want to beef. I don't want to go to the fallout shelter. I don't want any issues. Hassan, you're not even prepared for beef. Hassan, you had a gun with no bullets. You brought a knife to a gunfight. That's basically what you did. Rookie mistake number one. And the dude who gave you that hammer is still walking around with no repercussions. Pretty embarrassing for you. Here we go. Let's bring it up.
Toes down, holding it down with Mikey T.
Hassan actually mentioned you in his last video.
That's what you want to be? Tell me about yourself real quick.
Those initials seem to be kind of memorable.
Then let's say if you hit a girl and you get locked up for domestic, they could send you to AVP. Okay, you step out, bring your. I don't know. It just happened.
Let's get into it, you guys. Let's get into it. I know y'all want to see it. Y'all want to hear it from 10 Toes Down himself.
Some of us got it, some of us don't. Some of us got that gift.
That's some good shit right there.
Yeah, I was in the middle, and everybody was holding hands, and I was in the circle. And that's why with the kids, also, what I like to do, I like to have them sit in a circle, and I whisper in one ear, pass it down. And when that shit get to the end, and when it come back to me, I say what I told him over here. I could say the cat in the hat. You could say something simple, the cat in the hat. He cat in the hat. When that shit come to me, it'd be like the hat was on the cat. I'd be like, hold on, now we got to figure out who fucked this up. Okay, what you told him? What you told him? Blah, blah, blah. And then when it get from this kid to that one, what you told him? No, he had told me the cat. Okay, go back. What you told him? I told him cat in the hat. I said, see how you could say one thing and it'll change before get back to the next person. And I was just showing that to say that you can't be telling everybody anything, because when they get back to the police, the story going to be changed around.
Right.
And that's what happened with Hassan Campbell.
Or even just in the streets. Let's get to that. Let's get to that. So you saw the lead in. You saw the lead in about the story of telephone. Here's how it pertains to what we were talking about tonight. Let's get to that. Around.
He got locked up for a murder. I can admit to one murder he got locked up for. You know why he got locked up for that murder? Because a dude named Nudie, these people in the building, nobody knew who do it. Bitch maid knew who do it. Knew he did it. Knew Nudie did it. He started running around. Yo, you know I them niggas up in there. Yeah, man. Bitch ass niggas. Word. He started saying he did it. They locked his stupid ass up. My question to him was, how the did you get out then? How you got out? For that one murder. I don't know about no other two. I know that one. How you get out of there? Did you tell on Nudie? Well, Nudie's dead now, but did you tell on him? All this tough Bronx River talk, I robbed niggas. Didn't you see the video? You didn't see the video with me and him where he said that he shitted on himself when Nudie came to him? That he had a gun with no bullets?
It's crazy.
Me and him, and he said, yo, I had a gun. I didn't have no bullets. Shitted on myself. The gun fell down in my pants leg. He searched me. The gun fell down in my pants leg. I guess while he was coming up, the gun went past. He didn't feel it. Boom. He said he was going to murder me. He told me to go down inside this little hole in the basement. He said, I'm not going down there. I'm not going down there. Because he knew Nudie was going to take him down there and murder him down there, opposed in front of everybody. So if you this tough Bronx River dude who ran the whole Bronx River, All people got to do is just, if y'all don't like what he's saying in reference to him being the toughest, you got caught bodies, say, what about Nudie? He ain't gonna answer that. He'll cuss you out. What you mean, what about Nudie? What about Nudie? He ran you out of Bronx River. Your mother left Bronx River because they ran you out of there. You didn't leave because you wanted to.
Hey, Hassan, what about Nudie? Yo, Hassan, what about Nudie? Can we talk about Nudie, Hassan? Do you want to come on the channel and do an interview about Nudie? Yeah, man. Hassan's co-host. I feel bad for that girl he does interviews with. I feel bad because he cuts her off. He has her a part of something that's pretty embarrassing too. Listen, thigh son, 2 thighs and a biscuit. Correction, 2 thighs, 2 biscuits. And you know what? Hassan, thighs on, he's talking tough again. He's talking tough again, but who's he talking tough to this time? He's talking tough to Mr. Lean Back. He wants to lean back Fat Joe, y'all. He wants to lean back Fat Joe. Everybody in the chat, let me know. Do you think, I want to know in the chat, do you think Hassan Campbell can lean back Fat Joe? Or do y'all think that Fat Joe is going to rock his snot box? What do y'all think? In the chat, let me know. And let me know what you're smoking. I'm smoking on some breakfast in bed right now. Cookie strain. Shit's amazing. Shit's amazing. We're going to get into it. I want everybody in here to roll up a Dutch. Roll up a Dutch. Pre-ground, pre-roll, whatever you guys smoke. Raw papers, backwoods. You know what I mean? Hit your oil. You know what I'm saying? I know some people out there probably smoking on that baby Jeter infused, that watermelon indica. It's a liquid diamond. Y'all know what I'm talking. I know some people are burning that to the show tonight. Whatever you're smoking, whatever you're drinking, let me know in the chat. And be sure to put your city and state in the chat room. Because we got some more shit to talk about. Get on my level, y'all. Get on my level, y'all. Let me know what you're blazing. Let me know what you're blazing. Hassan Campbell's running his mouth about Pistol Pete. Listen, homie, running your mouth about Pistol Pete is like running your mouth about Bang'em Smurf. Both are very likely to get you violated, man. Same outcome. Same outcome when you mess with individuals like that. Nobody will help. Nobody's going to go out of their way to involve themselves. Nobody's going to go out of their way to stop or prevent it. There's certain individuals where it's like, mind your business. There's certain people where it's like, yo, you really got nothing to do with this. Basically, Hassan, you can't be saved with who you're beefing with when you beef with certain people. You can't. You can't be saved if you beef with certain people. Everyone's going to be like, damn, good luck. Good luck. You're on your own for this one, G's. You are on your own for this one. Look what happened when 50 Cent tried to diss Rick Ross. Everybody wasn't as down as they were when they were dissing Ja. So Hassan Campbell says, Fat Joe, I'll use him as an example. He has a strong influence on hip-hop. He's a gatekeeper for the Bronx. He has a strong influence on hip-hop. He goes on his Instagram and tells the whole world we're trying to destroy hip-hop and the hip-hop museum. So you speak on my situation an hour and a half after Fat Joe gets on his Instagram and sticks up for Africa Bambaataa An hour and a half later, my monetization is gone. A minimum of $100,000 he made me lose out on in that time. Biscotti Runts, that sounds good, bro. That sounds good. A minimum of $100,000 he made me miss out on in that time? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Fat Joe doesn't care enough about you. You see, Hassan, you think it's always about you. It always goes back to your obsession with yourself. He doesn't care enough about you to do that, G's. He's making hits. He's doing records with Remy Ma, thinking about where he's going to go on tour next. You don't cross his mind. Everybody in here, hit that like button, share this video one time, send a super chat if you really mess with the channel. You think everyone is supposed to know you, and Hassan, if they don't know you, you get mad. You're the type of person who's like, you know who I am? You're that type of person, man. You're that type of person to ask, like, I don't care. Don't you know me? I'm sorry, Hassan. Nobody gives a fuck who you are. Nobody does. Nobody cares. The general public has just barely heard your name. And first of all, let's go back to that. Your name. Fat Joe never said your name. Joe never said your name. You and your mans need to stop thinking like that. If he wanted to diss you, Fat Joe would have said your name. He's saying whoever he feels a certain type of way about. He's saying whoever wants to diss the hip hop museum or the monument. That's what he's saying. And if that happens to be you, and you happen to be the front runner of that regime, if the shoe fits, wear it, man. If the shoe fits, wear it. This guy had the audacity. He had the audacity. And what do you want from him? You want an apology? You want an apology? You want a meeting? What do you want him to consult you? What do you want from him? Compassion? What are you looking for, man? I know what you want, Hassan. You want Fat Joe to fight your battles. You want Fat Joe to fight your battles. Same thing you wanted my son for. You're wild ridiculous. If you're making 20, 30,000 a month, why don't you hire some of these rappers? You could hire them all. If you're really making 20, 30,000 a month, if you're really making 20, 30,000 a month, you wouldn't be staying in that bullshit crib. You'd have a brick. You'd have a brick crib. If you were really making 20, 30, 40,000 a month, you'd be living in LA. So stop capping. You think if I wasn't making more than a whatever I'm making, I wouldn't bust out of Connecticut and go to LA? And if you were making 20, 30, 40,000 a month and you didn't go to LA, you wasted your time. You wasted your time. You had an opportunity when your viewership was nearly 20,000 live viewers, which isn't shit, by the way. Let me tell you, your numbers ain't shit. 20,000. Gilly the Kid had 75,000. Gilly the Kid had 75,000 live viewers. So you're not shit, bro. That little 17, 18, 19,000 you got, you ain't shit, dog. Gilly the Kid had 75,000. I've had 1,000 live viewers before. And furthermore, I have 250,000 views on a video right now this year, and you don't. You don't. You lost your buzz. You was the man, homie. What happened to you? After that Nipsey Hussle vendetta, you ain't getting no more cheddar. What happened to you? They want to talk about my content. You know what? When you talk about my brother's kid, you become my content. When you talk about somebody that I care about's family, you become my content. You're my food, Hassan. You're my food. I'm walking you up to the tablet. I'm making you by me commissary now. You want to mention my friend's child. You're a loser. Your content is my business now. Gilly the Kid doesn't need to handle that beef. I step up for my homies. What do you think I did for Dark Low? Caught an L? Whatever. I'm stepping up for Gilly too. Come give me this L, Poppy. Come give me this L. I guarantee you it won't be an L. Hassan Campbell loves his turtle feed. It is what it is. Hassan Campbell wouldn't even be in somebody else's hood. Hassan Campbell would have ran. Hassan, Fat Joe never said your name. Fat Joe never said your name. He never said your name. All you do is you want these people to help you. You wanted Doggy Diamonds to do that. You just want everyone to do that. You want everyone to help you with your battles, but you're not willing to help yourself. And you know what? That's something that I can't respect. And I'm talking about you as a human being. Never mind a journalist. Never mind you involved in hip hop. I'm not the one who says F hip hop. That's you, Hassan. You're the one who says F hip hop. I love hip hop. You're mad because a hip hop legend that you love, that you admire, that you look up to, called you an FBI informant, which is the same exact thing that you did to me. You know the saying, hurt people, hurt people? Why are you so hurt, homie? Why are you so hurt that you're trying to hurt everybody else? What you say doesn't impact me. What you say doesn't change the direction of my day. But what KRS-One said, oh, it dimmed your whole light, homie. It made every single day that you walk this earth darker. You must be ashamed to be you. You must be ashamed to be yourself. It's pretty sad when you have 50 Cent coming up talking about KRS-One was his favorite rapper, and you are getting called a snitch, an FBI informant, by the world's favorite rapper's favorite rapper. I'm just getting called an FBI informant by the most hated blogger. So, Hassan, keep my name in your mouth. Try to make it a little bit more interesting next time, though, man. Like I said, if you're going to beef with me, I want the same energy that you give Five God. I want the same energy that you give 10 Toes Down. I want the same energy you give Whack 100. Okay, Hassan said, I'm a big YouTuber, whether you like it or not. Who are you talking to? Hassan said, I make money off YouTube. Minimum 20, 30, 40,000 a month is what I make. Ever since they factory reset it, my notifications are not going out. I'm being shadow banned. Do you hear me complaining about my notifications not going out? You have to roll with the punches. Hassan, you've never done a video with 1 million views. You've never done a video with 800, 900,000 views. I have. You don't know anything about rolling out a video, geez. You don't know anything about that. All you know about is clickbaiting your headline so much to the point where you're going to get at least 50, 60, 70, 80,000 views. Congratulations. That's why academics canned your ass. You couldn't grow above 50, 60, 70,000 views. I just dropped a video a few weeks ago with 50,000+ views. I've dropped over 5 videos this year with over 100,000 views. I look at your channel, 20 videos or whatever, since they reset your channel, none of those videos have 100,000 views, homie. So don't talk to me about views. I'm 30 million Mikey. You don't even got to put the views at the end of it because they know. Because they know. You've done it as an embarrassment. I have the whole hip hop community knowing what I do. That's why when it got exposed that you got ran down on, that you, whether it was a call, whether it was several different people reaching out to you, you admitted it. You admitted it. You said Fat Joe has thorough people around him. I brought that out of you. That was me. No other blogger got that out of you. I'm the one who made you. I'm the one who made you announce that to the world. So you're welcome. You're welcome. And believe me, and let me just say, your beef with Fat Joe sucks. You suck at beefing. You have the most lame shit to say. Let's talk about your live views. Let's talk about your live views. You barely pull 3,000-4,000 a night now. Huh? When you went up against Whack, you were on a roll. When you went up against Whack, you had a spark. You had a spark when you started, but now you just garbage. You had a spark when you started, but now you just garbage. You went from top 10 to not mentioned at all. And your bodyguard's Uchiwali verse was better than yours. Bars, thank you. Shout out to my brother Darren Bars. He would have caught that. My bro Darren Bars' new single Habits coming out this week. Go check it out. Google it. September 2nd. It's dropping actually about 2 weeks, I think, from now. So you're making $20,000 a month for saying that black youngster's brother got his TV turned off? That's what you're doing? Well, you know what, homie? You can call me 30 million Mikey from now on. That's my new name, stupid. When you address me, call me 30 million Mikey. That's my name, stupid. Since you want to talk about views, I got a new name for you. And I got hoodies coming soon. 30 million Mikey. New hoodies coming soon. I got a new name for you now, Hassan. You ain't even got to say views. You don't even got to. People are going to be like, oh, what do you mean? Followers? Why? Because I'm a celebrity, Hassan, and you're not. You're corny. Do a vlog show. Do a vlog show to show your transformation. You know what I mean? Like day one type shit to show where you began with the transformation of your flabby arms. Do the transformation. Vlog series, documentary, diary, whatever you want to call it. Day 1, day 2, day 3. I'm just giving you ideas for content now, homie. You already took my idea about saying what really happened with Fat Joe. You're welcome. You're welcome. I even told Adam 2022 I could set up the whole schedule. I'll do your whole schedule, Hassan. You'll never have an off day working with me. I already gave you 2 or 3 ideas. Yeah, Haas is that Nebraska hardback turtle. Everybody drop the turtle emojis in the chat. I want 10 turtle emojis in the chat right now. Hassan said, I don't have no smoke with KR, Terror Squad. A lot of them dudes is thorough dudes, but I got to stand on what I believe. This is my life and this is my fight. Well, I just want to say, stop blaming Fat Joe for your pockets. Stop blaming him for your financial situation. You sound like you're broke and you sound like you're hurt and you're hating. You hear what I'm saying? You sound like you're hurt, broke, hating. There's no way that one man can stop my money. Why you walking around saying that? You look hella crazy. To me, it sounds crazy, and you look stupid and crazy saying it. Like, what? One man can stop you? There's too many ways to get money. That just goes to show you that, Hassan Campbell's the type of person who doesn't know how to get to the bag. He doesn't know how to get to the bag. He's basic. 1, 2, 3. He's basic. ABC. He's that type of dude. You know what I mean? You don't know your way around. You're the type of person that drives around the neighborhood with Google Maps. You don't know your way around. You're a tourist, Hassan. You're lost. You're lost, man. Remember this, you little coward, when it comes to dissing Fat Joe. You woke up one morning and you decided to mention his name. So when people call you a clout chaser, it's because you are. The man wasn't talking about you. The man wasn't thinking about you. You woke up and you made a story about him. Then what did you do? You went back, you cleaned it up, you backtracked because they backed you down, and now you're saying shout out to them, but F Fat Joe? Come on, are you dumb? You're probably going to get run down on again just for saying that, stupid. You're on a real roll here, man. That's a violation. They're going to see it, and they're going to say it doesn't work that way, Poppy. It doesn't work that way. You should know it doesn't work that way if you grew up in 1455, or was it 1514? Let me know. That's a violation, man. You're on a roll here. These guys are going to look at it like, yo, you can't be my mans. First of all, you're not my day one, so I have no loyalty to you. I have no reason to even present loyalty to you. You're not my day one. You're just coming in here. You're trying to meet somebody and get something from them, like you did with my son. You showed up to one of his marches and you expected everything back from him. You have to build towards that, man. Busta Rhymes one time told me, he's like, yo, in this game, you cannot just expect to ask from things from artists. First, build a relationship before you ask somebody for something. That's like one of two conversations I got to have with Busta Rhymes. Hassan, have you ever had a conversation with Busta Rhymes? Jeez. Have you ever been blessed to have the opportunity to be in that man's presence and pick up some game from a legend in the culture? Somebody that has affected the whole world with his genius? No, you haven't. You haven't, man. You haven't. You have no real reason to be here talking about what you're talking about. Did you ever even record 16 songs by yourself? I don't mean 16 songs with Five God, where you put one verse, or you did 16 8-bar verses, and you put another verse from Five God on it because you're really, really not feeling good about your own material. It's sad, man. It's sad because you were not even really an artist either. You're like one of those guys who wanted to be an artist but never really took it serious. You're like one of those type of dudes, man. But as long as I got Honey Nut Cheerios, right? Honey Nut Cheerios. Yeah, you woke up. You diss Fat Joe. You need new shooters. You know what I'm saying? You might get slapped in your head talking about Joe like that. You don't know what's going to happen the next time you see Pistol Pete on Fordham Road, and you're walking and you're thinking it's all good because you're always on your best behavior with him, asking him for pictures, asking him for his autograph. You want him to sign your jail card. You know what I mean? Why in your mind would you say all this about Fat Joe and shout out Pistol Pete? Do you think you can test people's loyalty? What do you think you're doing? Do you think you're exposing some type of vulnerability, man? Terror Squad is not going to budge. They've been the same for a long ass time. They're pretty solid. They're not going to budge. Even Hassan said they're thorough. The thing is, since you want to talk, let me just say this. They've beefed with people way crazier than you did. So I don't know why you're talking, because the people that Joe beefed with, you wouldn't have survived. Let's be real. Look at the history. Go do your research and get back to me. There's another video idea for you, man. I'm telling you, I'm a media coordinator, baby. I mean, people can say all day, every day, oh, Mikey T, da-da-da-da-da, this happened to you. I've put out a video or two every single day for the last 2 years. So I don't know about any of that, you guys. You know what I'm saying? What I'm focused on is doing what I love. What I'm focused on is continuing to put out information about the culture that I've learned over the years. And everybody that watches hip hop should know that Terror Squad has not budged over the years, man. And now you got a blogger who's dissing them, saying they're thorough. You're moving backwards, homie. You are moving backwards. Yo, Haas, let me tell you something about Terror Squad. Let me tell you something about TS, homie. Let me tell you, they would have ate your food. They would have ate your food. They would have ate that shit fast. That's fast food, homie. That's fast food. Hassan said, we're both from 1455. And see, what a lot of people don't realize is we got to witness, we both live in the same building of Big Pun's wife. And well, you know what, man? I really don't want to go back over this part, man, because I went over it yesterday, and you guys can check out the blog from yesterday if you want to see me and my in-depth thoughts on what they had said about Big Pun's wife and Hassan Campbell saying that he witnessed her running around homeless. So you can click on the video from yesterday to see that. But I do want to say, I want to say, I know you were a little doja back then, and Big Pun's wife was sending you to the store, Hassan. Big Pun's wife was sending you to the store to get Newport Lucy's. That's right. She sent you to the store to get Newport Lucy's when you were a little doja. That's right. So if anybody wants to see my full thoughts on that, click to the video from yesterday. I thought you was from 1514, though. That's what I'm saying. I thought you was from 1514, Hassan. Maybe you should address that. Homie. Let everybody know. What's up with you, man? Academics left you. Whack 100 disrespected you. I don't really need to look any further than that. 6ix9ine left you for dead. Wasn't that supposed to be your podcast, buddy? Wasn't that your hero? Didn't you say some crazy cringe shit about 6ix9ine during your interview on that podcast? That was the most embarrassing thing I ever heard somebody say. You is wild for praising 6ix9ine like that. 6ix9ine wasn't even all that when he wasn't a snitch. You could see the gang activity that was around 6ix9ine and what was going to happen. So miss me with that. My dudes out in Connecticut really book real stars to come in. 6ix9ine was an indictment waiting to happen. And if you didn't know he was going to snitch, you didn't really know shit about real hip hop. But it really doesn't have nothing to do with hip hop. But if you're hip hop, you can tell who's a damn snitch. That dude, and that's why I looked at 50 crazy. I'm like, yo, Fifth, what the hell are you doing? Buying this corny ass dude jewelry? But let's just be real. 50 has never really had the best taste and talent. This is the dude that missed out on the opportunity to sign Young Thug. This is a dude that missed the opportunity to really catch the wave of new music that changed the energy in hip hop. I'm not going to bring up who he did sign instead of Young Thug. Y'all can probably put that in the chats. Y'all can probably put that one in the chat of who. But look at the new signees. You know what I mean? Look at the new signees. He went back to Uncle Murda when in reality he should have signed Casanova. Like, come on. But 50 didn't sign Mano, but he pushed him to another label to sign, which was very respectful, actually. The fact that he put the word in for Mano to actually get a deal with, I believe, I want to say Atlantic possibly, that was dope. But 50 should have been signing Mano and not entertaining De Facto Show Troy Ave. Troy Ave showing up to every 50 Cent meet and greet, mixtape signing, every show to try and sign with G Unit. But then Troy Ave actually got to the point where he could have signed a deal and he turned down everybody like a dumbass. He missed out on a major bag. That was one of the biggest dumbass moves you could ever make. This guy made it from the independent scene with his ABC rap. You know what I mean? When you have ABC rap, you better go put that shit out commercially. And he had an opportunity and he kind of missed it. You know what I mean? And when I say he missed an opportunity, Troy Ave missed an opportunity to sign a deal for like $2 million, probably. Maybe more. I might even be underestimating the deal because Chief Keef did a deal with Interscope for like $6 million. You know what I mean? So I might be underestimating the deal, but he was down there talking to like Rick Ross and shit. And we all know Ross notoriously gives out shitty ass deals. I mean, he like kind of brought Meek Mill and Wale in and was like, all right, guys, here's an opportunity to prove yourself. And Ross was the hot one at the time. I'll give him that. But look what happened with Wiz Khalifa and Currency. They both turned Ross down. Nipsey Hussle allegedly turned Ross down. You know what I mean? A lot of these rappers that would go on to be A-list rappers turned him down. Not saying that Meek and Wale didn't become A-listers, but we got sidetracked. Let's move on. If you guys enjoyed that, let me know. You know what I'm saying? They all left you, man. All these guys that you had an opportunity to come up with, Hassan, Academics and Whack 100 and 6ix9ine, something that you could have very easily put together if you had more than a fifth grader mentality, right? You know how you have that fifth grade mentality where you're kind of worried about like random ass bogus shit rather than actually what you could really do to structure something for yourself. If you would have just told Academics, hey, I want to do a podcast with all four of us, and it's going to be like a kind of like a, a panel type of podcast. You ruined it. But also, I've already given you the other idea that you messed up that would have made you bigger than 1090 Jake if you just had the podcast with 6ix9ine. Like, you blew all your opportunities just to record Whack 100 exposing Nipsey Hussle about some shit that nobody on earth ever really wanted to hear. You know what I mean? Nobody cares to hear about what Nipsey Hussle was doing behind closed doors. Like, I'm cool on that, dude. Like, why would you want to put out the personal business of another man on the internet? And you come on here and call me a culture vulture and a colonizer and an FBI. That sounds like some shit That sounds like some shit that J. Edgar Hoover was doing, homie. What you're doing. Having recorded conversations on people and using it to extort and expose them. That sounds like some shit the dude who created the FBI was doing. Right? That's what the whole movie with J. Edgar Hoover. It was the FBI or the CIA. Either one would fit. Yeah, the FBI. Either one would fit Hassan Campbell, though. So even if I was wrong and it was the CIA, but I've seen the movie. It was starring Leonardo DiCaprio. It was a great movie. Didn't really do that great at the box office. I thought it should have done a lot better. But yeah, like honestly, man, what you do is more like the director of the FBI. Geez, this video should be labeled Mikey T calls Hassan Campbell the director of the FBI, the Larry Hoover of the FBI, the J. Edgar, you know what I'm saying? The J. Edgar of the FBI. Like, dude, you're recording people's conversations. Like, you're an embarrassment, man. You are the J. Edgar Hoover of hip hop, bro. Like, you have embarrassed yourself utterly. Can you exist on with that $40,000 that you made off of exposing Nipsey Hussle? Can you exist on with that? Is that going to last you? Because all that sounds like to me is a good summer. All that is to me is a good summer, homie. You're a chump selling your soul for 40 grand. I made 20, 30, $40,000. What did you make? Was it 20, 30, or 40? Did you make 20 or 40,000? I'm pretty sure the normal person knows if they've made 20,000 or 40,000 in a month. I don't think that just blends together, homie. If one month you made 20,000 and the next month you made 40,000, you would know a difference. You would have moved out of your house. You would have moved out of your crib. You would have moved to Los Angeles. There would have been a demand for you to be in Los Angeles, homie, if you were really doing that, if you were really doing that amount of money. 20, 30,000 a month. You're absurd. If you're making 20, 30,000 a month, you're moving your kids to a spot where they're in a whole nother life in Los Angeles, homie. And they're going to schools that are the most amazing schools. You're not living in Connecticut. If that's where you are, you're not living in Long Island. If you're making 20, 30,000 a month, there's no time for you to live in Long Island. It's too small. You're doing too much. You're lying. You're not making 20, 30,000 a month. Show receipts. Show receipts. Because if you're making 20, 30,000 a month and you're staying where you are, you're ridiculous. You're the reason that your views, if you were making 20, 30, 40,000 a month, you are the reason that your views slowed up if you stayed where you were. You got to know to make that jump at that certain point in time. At a certain point in time, you were commanding 12, 13, 14. When it started getting lighter, it was still 11, 9,000. But what did you do, Hassan? You stayed in the same position. You stayed in the same lane. You didn't grow. You didn't spread your wings, homie. Bombada told you to fly. You didn't spread your wings and fly. You stayed in the same situation. I don't care. I don't care, man. Oh, I did it because of my kids are in a good school system. You could have put your kids in the best school system. You remained stagnant, homie. That's why your views, Hassan, slumped back down to 3,000. That's why your views slumped to 3,000. And I'll be honest, you made about 600 new fans. You made about 600 new fans because you were probably at like 22, 2,400. Now you'll pull in 3,000, whatever. I'll give it to you, man. But what happened, geez? You was at 17,000. You was at 18,000. You didn't do nothing. You stayed in the same position, man. You did it to yourself. You did it to yourself. You had the opportunity to grow and you just stopped, man. I really can't believe you let that happen to yourself, man. I really can't believe it. You had the opportunity to change your whole life. And if you would have done that, if you would have showed those people that were watching you, the 10,000 people, you would have kept them instead of just keeping 4,000 or 5,000. You would have kept that core 10,000 if you would have showed the people that you were willing to change. If you were willing to change your surroundings and really identify with hip hop and really identify with the culture and immerse yourself into it. But you weren't willing to do that because in reality, what interests you more than actually being involved with the culture, than actually helping things grow in what we love in this business, you really would rather just be home tending to your pond. You would really rather just be home and cutting your grass. You'd rather just be home making that little fort that you have and just chilling. And why is that? Why are you just so cool with the bare minimum? You know what I mean? Why are you? That's a video for another day because I got the answers for that too. I got the answers, Sway. I got the answers for that too, y'all. But listen, man, and let me tell you something. Hassan be like, if you wake up every day and smoke weed, you're a drug addict. Okay, Haas. Okay, Haas, but you come up here every night and you sip on your drink, right? Well, what does that make you, Haas? You see what I'm getting at, guys? You see what I'm getting at? The pot can't call the kettle black, man. You see me cooking tonight, y'all? Who in the chat has my apron? Somebody, let me see some apron emojis because I'm cooking tonight. I don't want to get nothing on my Tommy Hilfiger, guys. I don't want to get no stains on my Tommy Hilfiger tonight, guys. We're cooking. Somebody, hand me my apron. Let me tell you something about Big Pun, Hassan. Let me tell you something about Big Pun, Hassan. Pun would have never talked to you. You know what I mean? So you talk about you seeing Big Pun. So it had to be a situation where he's seen him. He's seen him on the street. And Hassan was like, Big Pun, I love Still Not a Player, yo. And Hassan threw up his fist from like 2 blocks away. You know what I mean? He was literally like 2 blocks away from Big Pun. And Hassan was like just mad hype. He was mad hype because Pun probably gave him a head nod. You know what I mean? Pun literally gave this dude a head nod. And now Hassan is like running and telling people, guys, I know Pun. I know Pun. He gave me a head nod. Hassan, let me ask you, man. Do you remember? Do you remember what Big Pun did? Do you remember Big Pun pulling up in a van with an Uzi looking for rappers? Imagine what it would have done if you were talking about his brother Fat Joe like that when he was around. Just imagine. Imagine, yo. Imagine what he would have done to you talking to Fat Joe like that if he was around. Guys, I know Big Pun now. He gave me a head nod. Are you serious? Are you serious, man? I could see you walking around with that like it was an accomplishment or something. You know what I mean? Guys, I know Big Pun. I told him I like Still Not a Player. You know what I'm saying? He gave me a head nod. You know what I'm saying? Hassan's like, I'm not 50 Cent, man. Big Pun's not going to run down on me. We always hear Hassan talking about shit like this. I'm not Bullet Scotty. I'm not P&B Rock. I'm not Nick Blicky. That will never happen to me. That's Hassan Campbell up here talking about Black Youngster's brother, for crying out loud. Every time you get an opportunity to talk about somebody getting their TV turned off, and you don't even know Black Youngster, have you ever supported him? Have you ever listened to his music? Like, literally, a day in your life, you've never spoken about this man on your channel. Somebody who has grinded so hard to get accepted in the music industry. You didn't even cover it when him and, Yo Gotti split up. You didn't even cover it when him and Young Dolph were going through beef. You didn't even cover it when he went and filmed that disgusting video at a cemetery, man. You have no history with reporting on this man, whether it is a positive or negative situation. The only thing you report on is an obituary, homie. Is that what you want to? Were you in prison reading a newspaper, or were you 5 years old reading a newspaper when newspapers were actually in circulation because you were locked up in Rikers when it was iPad season, homie? You were locked up when it was the technology wave, homie. You didn't have to fight for call time. You didn't ever have no issue calling somebody on the phone. So let's go back. When you were a youngin', little boy, little fuck boy, when you was like 6, 7 years old, maybe 8, 9, when you first learned to read and shit, what were you flipping to the obituaries? Was that your infatuation? Was that your fascination? Your inspiration with life? This guy's the obituary reporter of the hip hop, man. Get a new cooking show. Thighs on. 2 thighs, 2 biscuits. There, I just gave you another idea. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Hit that like button if you're in here right now. Hit that like button. Let me know what city and state you're tapping in from. I'm going to shout out everybody's city and states, man. We're going on a rant tonight. I did a live watch-along reaction tonight. One of my most classic interviews with 10 Toes Down. I really appreciate 10 Toes Down doing interviews with me. That's my OG right there. But actually, we really help each other, man. You know what I mean? We really help each other. Anytime I ask, he gives me the, you know what I mean? He gives me the salute and comes up on the channel, man. I really appreciate that. I've met Black Youngster, man. Been in the club with him, all different types of shit. You know what I mean? Hassan, you never been to a club unless your big brother was there. Hassan, your big brother is your protector. I am my big brother's protector. You and me are not the same, homie. You and me are not the same. You are only good when your big brother's around. That is not me. My big brother's homies were, my big brother's enemies were scared of me. You had to sit around and wait till your big brother got out of jail. That's what you had to do. Anybody that ever had beef with my big brother, I ran down on. There's a difference between you and I. But you know what? Speaking on Black Youngster, like I said, I've had several times where people in my team have gone and filmed Black Youngster. I've actually known the people that manage Black Youngster. I watched Black Youngster get the opportunity to release his first album. You know what I mean? So my condolences, if that was, the brother of Black Youngster that passed. You know what I mean? My condolences, man. If it was just if it was a blood relative or if it was just somebody that he's close with, I don't actually know the specifics of that. I saw the headlines, you know what I mean? And of course, you gotta realize right after seeing the headlines, who's gonna jump on it? Of course, Hassan Campbell's gonna jump on it. You know what I mean? Literally, you don't even have any time to figure out the particulars of a case, and this guy's going to jump on it before you find out a direct relationship, before you found out what happened, before you find, like anything. It's just pretty like ridiculous to me. I mean, if the guy had anything to do with them, you know what I mean? If the guy had anything to do with them, maybe I could respect it. But he's just literally jumping on the internet to get his catchphrase off. TV turned off, Snotbox rocked. And that's not the reason that I got involved in hip hop in the first place. You know what I mean? I got involved in hip hop to tell stories and to tell, the information to the people that weren't getting to hear it. Back in the day when 50 Cent was coming up and Big L was coming up, you didn't get enough hip hop information. That's why I got involved in hip hop. That's why I got involved in this shit. Because back in the day when these guys were coming up, it was a different time, of course. But there's a lot of different artists on the underground you just didn't get to hear enough information from. And that's why I was really hyped, because what I was doing mattered. I was actually interviewing people like Fat Trell, people like Little Dirk, who were getting signed, but not at the level of an MTV, a BET, but the blogs were just starting to pick up on them. Yep. Yep. All right, so let's talk about TA. Let's talk about TA. Maybe this should be more of a long format video, but we're going to talk about TA if you missed it. Hassan said TA wrote some of Fat Joe's greatest hits. He was with Fat Joe's entourage for 16 years. Fat Joe called him a sofa surfer. He called him a bum. How you call a man a bum that had your back in beefs? The greatest dudes around him he did dirty. When you sit back and analyze it for what it is, it's disgusting. Well, let me tell you something, Haas. Let me tell you something, Haas. If you sleep on couches, you're a couch surfer. That's all. That's all I'm saying. You got the guy who's like, yo, that's my man's crib. I'm chilling here. You got the dude who's like, yo, it's my girl's spot. But at the end of the day, that's what you're doing. You don't got your own spot. You're couch surfing. It doesn't mean you're a crackhead or anything. Tell me how he did him dirty. Tell me how he did him dirty. How, Hassan? He was with the man for 16 years. Let me guess. I didn't pay him the first year, the second year, the third year, the fourth year, the fifth year, sixth, seventh, eighth year. So he just stayed with him for that long because he was that unhappy? He rocked with Joe for 16 years, right? Because everything was so bad? Shut up. Shut up. I don't believe the stuff you're saying. How do you say that type of shit? He was with him for 16 years. Whatever issues they had should have actually been resolved. You know what I mean? Whatever issues they could have ever have should have been resolved within that amount of time. How are you going to, that doesn't even make sense. Doesn't even make sense, man. You could have left that part out and your whole little statement would have sounded a lot better. Yo, they were rocking with him for 16 years. You just threw off your whole argument. So you're telling me he ate with the man for the better part of 2 decades? Okay. People make enough in 2 decades to retire. Wow, man. This dude just really doesn't know money, yo. What do you spend every check you get? Are you living check to check, homie? Yo, you might need to go back to layaway, homie. Yo, you can't be spending like that. Go back to putting those coats on layaway. Go back to putting that bronze jewelry on layaway, homie. I mean, we know you're probably making payments on your watch. You're probably making payments on your wrist, your bracelet that you wear on the wrist with the wristwatch, like your Offset. You're from a whole nother era than Offset, geez. And you want to know what? Hassan also said he would have TA up on his show for an interview. Of course you would. Of course you would, because that would actually be your first interview you did in your entire career that wasn't with a rat. So of course you would, man. Haas is saying that because that's Fat Joe's ops, and that's why he wants to have him on the channel, man. Well, listen to this. Hassan said, I fell back off of Fat Joe. I was making videos about Fat Joe. I fell back off of him because of my brother T-Mac. I fell back from him because of Miami. Shout out to Miami. I fell back from him because of my boy Ant. That's my heart. Listen to this. Hassan said, Joe has dudes around him I got love for. Shout out to Pistol Pete. And just to set the record straight, I don't have beef with none of them brothers. Thank you, guys. That's Hassan's response to my video. That's Hassan admitting that he talked to several people affiliated with Fat Joe. We got you. But let me guess. Because you got love for all those dudes, that's the only reason you're falling back? Is that the only reason, Hassan? It's not because you're pussy? Okay, we got it. We understand. We get it, sure. Because the way you're talking, the way you said it, you're making it seem like that. But we get it, Hassan. Sure. Sure, man. White people voice. He's making it seem like everyone was coming up to him like, yo, you gotta give Joe a pass, man. You gotta give Joe a pass. Get out of here, man. Do you think anyone believes that? And all this shit you comparing yourself to Pistol Pete, you need to give that a rest. You need to give that a rest. Hassan said he then cost me over 100,000 easy. He messed up my money. In the streets, that's more than a brick of coke. You mess with that kind of money and it's on. Listen, Hassan, you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know that, Hassan. You wouldn't know about a brick of coke. You don't know about that because you don't hustle. So cool story, but do me a favor. You don't hustle, so don't talk about bricks. Free the top goon AR-Rab. He actually got locked up for bricks. You don't know him, and you know what? Your math is flaky. You don't know hustle talk, homie. A brick for how much? Of course it sounds weird and sus when Hassan says it. 100,000. That's more than a brick of coke. Are you seriously comparing that? You are a funny style dude, bro. This is the dude that thought there was 17/8 in an ounce. This is the dude that would serve you up a 13.5 gram eighth. And he kept wondering why he was going short every time he was picking up an O. Yeah, Haas can't hang with this. That's why he doesn't really want it with me. That's why he doesn't really want it with me. But I remember since the first time I spoke to Hassan Campbell on the phone. Yo, Haas, it's Mikey T, the movie star. What's good? Yo, what's good, Mikey T? What's good? Da-da. You know, I've been doing this thing for Arab. I've been trying to get a lot of publicity on Arab because of what's going on with him. It would be dope if you could do something on your platform to help Arab. You know, he's like, I don't know who that is. Tell Hassan to tell me I'm lying. I spoke with him on the phone. He didn't know who Arab was. I was in Miami. His homie greeted me. Yo, Mikey T, I know what you're doing on YouTube. Major love. Seconds later, Hassan calls his man. His man puts me on the phone with Hassan. Hassan, I'm trying to do this shit for Arab right now. When it comes to me, you guys, I'm always worried about the next man. I'm always worried about how to help the next man, the progression of what we're trying to do, with whoever I'm working with. So yeah, Arab is, was my first conversation too. He was my first conversation to Hassan Campbell. And Hassan Campbell was like, I don't know who that is. Are you serious? Tell me I'm lying. Please tell me I wasn't talking to you, Hassan. Please tell me that wasn't your homie in Miami who sent over drinks to me and was like, yo, Mikey T, you do dope blogs. Because he's a cool ass dude. You know what I mean? And because of that, man, I gave you the benefit of the doubt. I gave you the benefit of the doubt because of that. And what did you do? You do what everybody does. Take my kindness for weakness. Gully TV did it too. Look what happened to Gully TV. He got roasted worse than something you would even see on Comedy Central. Look what happened. He got roasted that bad. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys get roasted by me. They never want to come back from it. Hey, you know what I mean? We all wake up tomorrow, you know what I mean? But if you wake up tomorrow having got roasted by Mikey T, you're waking up a little bit different. When you wake up after getting roasted by Mikey T, your life changes a little bit. You start to feel a little bit different about yourself. It's like when you start sleeping with one eye open, you're like, was that shit kind of true about me? Yeah, it was. Oh, man, how do I change that about myself? Something just ain't right. What's Mikey T doing to me? Hey, man, it is what it is. It is what it is. You went on a nobody's platform and said my name. You said my name. I did an interview with 10 Toes Down, and you felt compelled. The power of the snot box rocking compelled Hassan Campbell to call out Mikey T. He had to do it on a nobody's page. You want to call out me? 30 mil, Mikey? Hassan, you can't box. You can't box with Mikey T. You can't box with God. Your arms ain't long enough. Nas is your favorite, right? Nas is your favorite, right? You know the lyric. You'll probably be saying it on your next video. Yeah, I'm going off, you guys. I'm going off. This guy wants to talk about he's making 20 to 30K a month. You're talking about 20 to 30K a month. Do you know what you can lease for that? Look at the vehicles you drive. If you're making 20, 30,000 a month, where's your spaceship? You should have a Hummer on 29-inch rims. You should have 29-inch rims on a Hummer. If you're making 20 to 30,000 a month, let's be real. Can we be honest? Hassan, maybe that'll resonate a little bit. Can we be honest? Can we be real? Maybe that'll resonate a little bit more with you. Let's just be honest. Hassan, can you be honest? Hassan, are you real? What's up, man? Where's your bulletproof G-Wagon? Where's your bulletproof G-Wagon, man? Why you running through town looking naked? Where's your bulletproof G-Wagon? You got money, right? You probably do 1 million views on the pickup. You'd probably do 1 million views every time you did a video from your bulletproof G-Wagon. Get on your 50 cent shit, bro. Hassan can't fit in no damn Porsche 911. Hassan, if you do the transformation video I told you to do, you will be able to fit in a Porsche 911. Sorry, I was just about to go back into that. Let's be honest, but I'm good on that. I was about to hit you all with the Hassan Campbell snap. I was about to hit y'all with the Hassan Campbell neck nod. You know what I mean? Dude be freaking rocking his body like Justin Timberlake when he's dancing to a hip hop joint. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, man. You don't have no bulletproof G-Wagon. Let me guess. That's a waste of gas, right, Hassan? That's what you're going to say? It's a waste of gas. Well, you go ahead. You save all that money on gas. Hassan said the bottom line is Fat Joe owes me an apology. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. You are bugging. You woke up one morning with your stank morning breath and you decided, you Doja boy, you decided to say his name. It wasn't the other way around. Wasn't the other way around. You spread rumors on his name. You spread rumors on his name, and honestly, you're lucky you didn't get your beak broke in 12 different pieces, man. A whole entire 12 piece. I mean, if you want to mess with them KAR dudes, that's on you. You want to mess around with them KAR dudes, that's on you. Speaking about Fat Joe like that. You can expect whatever you want, Hassan. Expect whatever you want. You can expect to win the lottery. It doesn't mean you're going to get either one of those things, man. I'm just sitting here asking the question, like, why does he owe you a conversation? Like, why does Fat Joe owe Hassan Campbell a conversation? In my mind, he doesn't owe you shit. In my mind, he doesn't owe you shit. You know, are you his family? He's not obligated to do anything for you. What do you want from him? What do you want? An explanation as to why he didn't choose you over Zulu? Listen, you're not entitled to that. You're not entitled to be privy to that information. You know what I'm saying? Fat Joe's probably like, why should I have sided with you? Do I know you from somewhere? Let me guess. I should have sided with you because you gave Big Pun a head nod once. And he didn't even acknowledge you. Why should I acknowledge you? B Stinger held a higher position in Zulu than you did. You said it yourself. In the words of Mikey T, you're a Dolja, man. Why speak to you? Bosses don't speak to Doljas. What Fat Joe does is he tells his soldiers to send a message to the Doljas. So Hassan, he doesn't owe you a conversation. Listen to me, little Dolja. Who are you? Who are you? You're talking about he could meet me on the block. You're not important enough to even pull up on. You're a little soldier, Dolja. That's what you were. Everyone sees it except you. Everyone sees it, man. Come on, think about it. Nobody cares about speaking with you. You're not worthy of speaking to. You're not a money getter. You're on here bitching about money. You're not talking about money, then what are you even talking about when it comes to Fat Joe? Why is this guy here? You know what I mean? And Joe being in the museum, is that really another reason why this bozo is mad? Because Joe is in the museum? Because KRS One, you know what I mean, is his man's? So it all comes down to the hip hop relationships. And guess what, guys? Hassan's got none. What does he know? What does he know about hip hop? Five God, Lord I Cam. You know what I'm saying? What does he really know about hip hop, guys? His shit's pretty sad. I'm not going to lie to you. His shit's kind of sad. I'm not going to lie to y'all. But yeah, man, definitely appreciate everybody tapping into the live tonight. I'm going to do some open questions right now. If anybody has any open questions, you can send them in right now. Anybody has any questions, I'll take them now. Let me light this shit back up, actually. Really hoping this isn't a sativa. This might be a hybrid. How did we get to this point? So I was actually doing an interview with 10 Toes Down, and we had spoke about Hassan Campbell. Hassan Campbell saw the interview, didn't like it, took it upon himself to diss me. From that point on, you know what I mean? It's pretty much been on. From that point, it's pretty much been on. He said, how did y'all get to this point? Well, I did an interview with 10 Toes Down, his top op, and he got jealous of that. He got extremely jealous of that. Which is ridiculous. You know what I mean? Because if I go in and I do an interview with somebody that you know and they actually dish you in the interview, that doesn't mean you should take issue with me. But he actually took issue with me because I think he realized that I had a big platform that I was putting 10 Toes Down on. And he was like, damn, so this is one of the bigger platforms actually that have done interviews with many people in the game that's actually now giving 10 Toes Down a light, you know what I mean, to continue to shine. You know, I just thought 10 Toes Down had a lot of talent, and I actually thought that he's just one of the dopest person in the hip hop culture. You know what I mean? I really put him in all that, you know what I mean, with all the other people that I've interviewed in my time. with all the other people I've interviewed in my time, you guys, 10 Toes Down is definitely one of my favorites. You know what I mean? With the Max B's, with the Gilly the Kids, you know what I'm saying? With you know what I mean? Some of the dopest interviews I've done. 10 Toes Down is one of the best. A.R. Rab, Dark Lows, Cassidy, you know what I mean? A lot of these guys. 10 Toes Down is definitely in my top 10, if not my top 5, to be honest. We've done like 4 interviews now, 5 interviews. Would you ever do a live with Haas? If it was actually Hassan, you know what I mean? I'm not going to have him on the page, to be honest with you, because like he tried to pull some bullshit with me last time. One night I was on here cooking. We had like 300 people live. And we were talking about the whole situation that Hassan had with Styles P. And Hassan sent his little Doja to come and try to get my live shut down and shit like that. That's what I think happened. You know what I mean? Because somebody logged in, said that they were Hassan Campbell, actually tried to show up and come into the video. So after that, man, it's like, yo, you're crazy, dude. You're trying to mess with my channel. I've interviewed Lil Wayne. I've interviewed the most Yo Gotti. I've interviewed Rick Ross. You know what I mean? I've interviewed the best people in the game, period. You don't really do this. You are not an addition to the culture. You are just a fan of the culture, Hassan. You're just a fan of it. I'm somebody who has actually made positive additions to the culture. That's why I said when we talk about you, what accomplishments do you have that would go in the museum? What accomplishments do you have that would be written outside on the library? You don't have anything like that, man. If you want something like that, I suggest you start working towards it now since you actually have a platform. But an interview with TA ain't going to do it. And you know what? Going on the internet and boasting about the fact that you're going to do an interview with TA, that's not going to do it either. Fat Joe's not going to appreciate that. Pistol Pete's not going to appreciate that. You sound hella stupid saying that. You're just burning a bridge. You're just burning a bridge that you just recently put the fire out on. Like, what is wrong with you? If you were thinking smart, probably could have had Fat Joe on your show, but you want to have TA on your show. Of course you do. And you wonder why your views went from 17,000 to 3? You wonder why you lost 2/3 of your viewership? You went from 17,000 to 5,000? And that's me being nice, saying 2/3. You know what I mean? Because it's really like 4/5, homie. You really lost 4/5, homie. You know what I'm saying? You really did. Like, so I'll give you a little 2/3. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen 6,000 people in your live in a while. So you ain't really, you know what I'm saying? I ain't seen 6,000 people in your live. So you don't even have a third. You don't even have a third. You don't even have a third of your top rated viewership, dog. So don't get into numbers talks with me because you haven't done 800,000 views either. I've done 8, 6, 700,000 video views on like 50, 60, 70 videos, geez. You haven't done that. You have never done that in your whole career. You do 70,000 views. You do a 10th of my greatest numbers. Your greatest numbers is a 10th of my greatest numbers, geez. Go look up my numbers. Go look up my numbers before you try to box. Go look up who you're dealing with, geez. There's a reason that I do compelling interviews with 10 Toes Down. Hell, I do compelling interviews with whoever comes on the channel. You know what I'm saying? And some of the videos I do, I knock them out in one shot like a rapper recording a 16. You know what I'm saying? I'm built for this shit, Hassan. I'm built for this. Every day you got to wake up, you got to put your hip hop outfit on, homie. Every day you wake up, little turtle, Franklin. Every day you wake up, Franklin. That's Hassan's new name, Franklin. Hey, it's Franklin. Yeah, that's right. I ain't gonna go any further with that song. It was the second bar of that song. Hey, it's Franklin. Hey, it's Poppy. He's coming on to YouTube. He's going live on YouTube. Hey, it's Poppy. He's going live on YouTube. Who's snap? I got rocks now. All right, so Hassan, anyways. Franklin, the little turtle that could. Franklin Campbell. Franklin, hey, it's Franklin. Little turtle. Didn't you see in my last video, Zed? I said that I would pull up to Cortland Ave. I said that I would pull up to Cortland Ave. I said that I'd go see Chrissy. Yo, Chrissy, let me get 8 wings. Let me get 8 wings, Chrissy. Yeah, I'll go to Cortland Ave, go get like 8 wings. Maybe I'll just get 4 though. You got to be smart about that shit. You know what I mean? You eat 8 wings, you know what I mean? You pretty much whew. Hassan Campbell loves eating wings for lunch. I'll say that much. I mean, wings? I mean, come on, geez. Sometimes, but this guy, if I'm going to have some wings, I just like home cooked wings better. You know what I mean? The Chinese wings are great and all. I love them joints. You know what I mean? In Connecticut, we don't really have that many good Chinese spots, so I'm not going to lie. You know what I mean? We got like P.F. Chang's, but everybody knows that's not the real things. You know what I'm saying? We got the P.F. Chang's, but everybody knows that's not the real thing. But personally, I really like that. But I really like authentic Chinese food too. Like, and when I mean that, I mean like New York Chinese food, like Boston Chinese food. It's really good in Mass. It's really good in New York, but it sucks in Connecticut. I'm not even lying to you guys. Chinese food absolutely sucks in Connecticut. And, you know, I'm just talking about the regular things like your the ribs, the chicken wings, the rangoons, all that type of shit, the chicken fingers, all that type of shit. It's just like not really that good. The pork fried rice, the whatever, the shrimp fried rice. It's just the rice is all right actually. The rice is all right, but all the other shits, maybe the boneless, the boneless spare rib on the stick, that joint I mess with. The chicken on the stick I mess with, but other shit just sucks, man. And that's why I really don't spend my money on it. But I will pull up to Cortland Ave to grab some shit from the Chinese spot, or I might even have to grab a chopped cheese. You know what I'm saying? I might have to grab. I was thinking about doing a vlog about that, honestly, since Hassan Campbell wants to say that nobody could pull up on Cortland Ave talking shit. You know, first of all, geez. First of all, please don't tell me who can pull up where, when. You know what I'm saying? Please miss me with that, Hassan. You are not telling nobody what they can do at no point in time ever. You're just not. You're just not, Hassan. You're never telling somebody what they can or cannot do. Are you kidding me right now? Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are to tell somebody what they can or can't do? You ain't shit, homie. You ain't shit. You're the type of person who says he's going to go out and support his people on Cortland Ave, whatever they were doing. I think it probably had something to do with the music industry. Why else would they invite you out? You know what I mean? I think it had something to do with music, some sort of a release. And what do, Hassan? You do what a chump would do. You do what somebody who's not really a supporter would do. You ducked away from all of those people you were with to go get chicken wings. And that's what your live video was about. Your live video was not about anything pertaining to what they were doing out there on Cortlandt Ave when you were out there to support. You did a video where you went and got chicken wings. And then when you were getting these chicken wings, dudes came in behind you and started calling you fat boy. How does that happen to you on your own live video, bro? How do you deal with that type of shit, man? Everywhere you turn, people are making fun of you, man. Like, that's got to be rough. That's got to be rough, man. I'll be real. When I went out to the Bronx, when I went out to Yonkers, when I was last out there, everybody walked up to me. Yo, Mikey T. Mikey T, I love what you're doing. Mikey T, da-da-da-da-da. Mikey T, let me jump in your live video. It wasn't, hey, fat boy. It wasn't, hey, white boy. Hey, skinny boy. Hey, dumbass blogger. I didn't get none of that. None of that on my live video. All I got was love. All I got was love from a vast community out there. Why was there so many people out there? Benny the Butcher was there. He saw me, shook hands with me. Shocked that I was out there, maybe, because Benny's a little bit new to the game. Not all that new. He's been dropping music since like a minute ago. Benny knows I know about his records. But the thing is, Benny was shocked to see me outside because when I was doing my thing on the circuit, running all over New York, of course, I never went upstate like that, aside from one time when I went upstate Hudson. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I've been working with my guy, Dirty O from Niagara Falls. You know what I mean? So I've been upstate a bit. But when I went up and linked up with Benny the Butcher in 2018, this was years later, after I'd already been in the game for 7-8 years. So when Benny saw me in Yonkers and we shook each other's hand, and I was like, and I had a moment to tell him something since we had just seen each other in the interview and shit. You know, it was just classic. And then Millie saw me out there. We embraced. The dudes were out there filming it. Y'all know the videographers that be doing all the videos and shit. Like, they be doing all the videos from Street Heat. You know, Street Heat was filming it. It was dope, man. It was an amazing time out there in Yonkers, New York. My boy Iceberg will tell you the only thing I was stressing about out there was probably the parking. You know, I'm always stressing about the parking. I'm always stressing about some shit like that. Like, yo, is we good? Like, I just want to make sure we're good so I could stay out here for a good 2 to 3 hours and actually get my feet down into the concrete and start working. You see, when I went there that night, I was there to support. When I went there that night, I was there to support you guys. I was there to support y'all. I wasn't there to run off. I wasn't there to run off and go get chicken wings, you guys. That's not what I was there to do. I was there to support. You know what I mean? So yeah, maybe I'm going to trip about the parking, but I'm not online talking about I'm making $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month. If you're making $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month, first of all, you are going to valet park. You know what I mean? You're going to make sure your car's number one situated. You're probably going to even have a driver bring you in to a music video shoot like that. You know what I mean? So miss me with all that type shit. Yeah, I don't want my car to get towed, and I want to know I can park somewhere for 3 hours so I can go in there and start making connections. And that day I met Snipe Life and made a connection with Snipe Life, actually my favorite artist on the D Block roster. You know what I mean? I met Shay Davis that night. You know what I mean? I had already known Millie's. We had worked together on an interview, so it was really great to see him. And then also the guy who was doing the video, Major salute to Tony Moxberg. He's got that Mox Lotto. It's a weed strain out. I haven't got my hands on it, which sucks since we're both in Connecticut. I'm going to need to get my hands on that, Tony. Salute to you, bro, because I really appreciate him having me out to the Love music video shoot. You know, when I go out and do something, I actually support the people that I go out there and do it for, guys. I don't just go out there to show my face for 2 seconds and then go get some chicken wings. That's why I was like ultimately pissed off about that as well. You know what I mean? Because you want to treat it like going somewhere is like, so I went to all the projects, geez. I was out there since 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012. That's when I dipped off and went to Miami from 2013, 2014, 2015. Then I came back and I'm back out here 2016, 2017, traveling to Philly, New Jersey, Sue Surf, Fatboy SSE, Arab, Dark Low, Gilly the Kid, Philly, Jersey, New York. You know what I mean? Doing all these different interviews. Then 2020 hits, pandemic. We discover Zoom. I take over on Zoom. Shit was lit. I'm not gonna lie. Zoom is dope. But you know what I need? But you know what I need? You know what I need, guys? I need the live show next. I need the live show in New York, live studio aspect. You know what I mean? And I have a couple guests planned for it. You know what I mean? Since I usually just do my live videos like this. So I think, like, honestly, if I do a live show in New York, you know what I mean? Podcast style show, it'll be perfect, you know, and then I can continue doing this, but then I can also do an interview every single week or, you know, 2 interviews a week. And I think they'll be lit, honestly. Actually, I know they'll be lit, you know, because the first couple guests I have in mind are going to be dope. Yeah, man. Yeah, Haas was capping about that shadow ban shit too. There's no such thing as being shadow banned. That was cap. You know what I mean? So he's really just lying about the numbers. It's really just because of the lack of interest that he's getting with his page. You know what I mean? It's really the lack of interest. You know what I mean? That's what it is at the end of the day. Yeah, I appreciate everybody tapping in on the live. Yo, crime 1150. I really appreciate you for sending in the super chat tonight. Definitely appreciate everybody that's been tapped in, watching live, everybody that voted in the poll. You know who it is. It's Mikey T, the movie star. I'm going to stay dropping this content. I want everybody that's watching this to go check out the throwback interview I dropped with Dark Low, where he spoke on stack bundles. Free Dark Low. Rest in peace, stack bundles. Rest in peace, Chinks. Free Max B. You know what I'm saying? Since we're talking about that level of artist, it was a dope interview with Dark Low. I'm not going to lie, though. It was one of my first interviews with Dark Low, but probably like my third interview with Dark Low, fourth maybe. And I pulled up on him in Philly, and he had told me for the first time about when he met Chinks and how Chinks was asking about Ab. If you guys want to see that, just go onto my page and you can check it out. It's one of my dopest conversations with Low. You know what I mean? Sometimes interviews can get screwed up because artists expect you to shoot them outside and shit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes interviews could get messed up because like they be shooting outside and shit like that, but you got to put up with it. You know what I mean? You got to put up with it, as you know, sometimes. And also edit around it. If somebody pops by listening to some crazy music, you know what I mean? If you can, try to cut real quick, but you know what I mean? Like, honestly, just got to edit around it, man. But I'm about to be off this, guys. Free the wave, free Max B. Free the wave, free Max B. I'm about to be off this for the night. Y'all are dope. Anybody that wants to follow back, follow me on Instagram right now. It's Mikey T _ the movie star. It's 30 mil, Mikey. It's 30 mil, Mikey. Merch coming soon. Let me know what's up, y'all. Let me know what's up in the chat. Make sure you interact in the comment section, I should say, after this video closes out, and let me know your thoughts. I'm up out of here.